Hey everybody, Charlie and R2 here, and welcome back to Pentiment. We last left off, we were exploring the salt mines here, trying to see what history we can find out about Tassing. Got another pottery piece. Look at this dude. He's got like a Simpsons lip going on here. This almost looks like an altar, but what would an altar be doing in a salt mine? It's even carved out of the salt. Wonder if they did like sacrifices here or something. Another inscription. It's not very formal. A worker must have carved it. Latus's soul ascended in the Mithraeum. My soul will descend in this damned hall of salt. Christ, that's rough. There's that word again, Mithraeum. Must have been something important to the Romans. Another shard. More Latin writing. If we cannot enter the Mithraeum, we will make our own altar to the gods. Sounds like the Mithraeum was some kind of temple. Huh, never heard that word before. Nothing here. Okay. Let's head on up. I wish if I double click she would run, but that doesn't appear to be the case. Alright, there's a cave. Let's go further down. Pottery scattered everywhere. I have a lot of pieces. A lot of these pottery pieces. I should find out if they're all from the same pot. Oh, we got a game finally. Alright, so can we rotate? We can rotate. Like, no? Possibly. So, no, I want to put it here. Like that. And this is upside down, so it'll probably go somewhere like this. Nope, right there. Looks more like a circle than a pot, but sure. This piece should go here. This piece like this. Yep. No. Just stay there. And there's a guy. He's probably up here. And sword probably means it's stabbed into this guy. Yep. This dude's probably here. And you're not happy because you're dead. And there's a dagger here. Alright, what are we looking at? We're looking at spirits, I'm assuming, or fish surrounding this dead body, who's underneath this plane of sorts. So maybe underwater or in the underworld, one of the two. Then there's a horned creature, some type of a god with animals. So that's going to be Perchta, right? That's Perchta. And then we got fancy dude with a knife. I don't know. Put this here and put this here. Got it. Figures on this pot look like they're telling a story. This painting must depict an early myth even before the Romans. This must be Perchta. Hey, I was right! And those must be the forest spirits, part of the wild hunt. Okay. Oh god, the next part looks like a human sacrifice. That's exactly what that looks like. Oh, she's holding that guy in her hands. She's accepting the sacrifice. So she's holding the person. Oh, that's a child, right? And this guy is stabbing. And that's the mom, right? Someone, maybe a chieftain, is sacrificing a man to Perchta. bottom half of the lid continues the story. These look like spirits. They must be coming in to feast on the sacrifice. That must be how our ancestors tried to keep Tassing safe. They offered sacrifices to Perchta. To think that our ancestors made this and I'm holding it now, maybe this is what I could paint on the mural. Wow, I don't know if painting pagan sacrifices are what's going to make everybody happy. This is part of our history, but I'm not sure it's the best story to portray. It's barbaric and very pagan. I doubt anyone would want to see the past shown this way. Here's the thing. You can't erase the past because you're doomed to repeat it. So yeah, we're going to go number 1. I think I have to think more about it before I decide for certain. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to paint the actual history, the truth. And then we'll probably get burned at the stake for it, right? All right, I'd better keep going before I run out of oil in my lamp. Oh, a cave-in. The wood here looks newer than the first part of the mine. Was this collapse recent? I won't be able to go any further with all the rubble. I suppose this is as far as I can go. Still, the murals on the wall showed me what Tassing was like when the Romans were here. I wonder if I could find out what this Mithraeum was, or what it is. And putting the pottery shard back together showed me one of the earliest stories of Tassing. I think I've seen everything I can down here, and my oil is running out. Time to climb back out. Okay, mines are complete. We need to read that book. Mines are bigger than I expected as well. I was hoping there'd be like a return to surface button. Oh, we gotta watch the slow animation again. Uh-oh. Wait, who is that? Hello? Is someone there? I better get out of the shaft before another rock comes crashing down. If someone wanted to get rid of us, they would just cut the rope, right? But instead they let us out. Who was that? Even Apollo and Artemis would have helped me out of here. Well, now that I have more information, I can make some decisions on the first section of the mural. So did I miss my opportunity to read the book? I may have. If not, we're going to read it like right now. Pig! You! Yes? I'm Holler Brant, the Lord's gamekeeper. Why are you grazing pigs in the woods? That's not my pig. Was that you watching me a few minutes ago? That rock almost hit me. Do I look like I raise pigs? You look like a little girl who's going to be in a lot of trouble if she doesn't answer my question. I'm the printer's daughter, Magdalene Drukian. Didn't ask for your name. I asked why you're grazing pigs here. Answer me. It's not my pig. I've been walking around this forest for hours. Other than the charcoal burner and the tinker, you're the only other person I've seen. If the pig doesn't belong to you, what are you doing here? I'm with child, and I just had a craving for acorns. I was in the salt mine? I was in the salt mine. Doing what? Wait, I don't care. Just tell me whose pig this is. Don't know. The pig is in the woods when I came in here. Ah, a mysterious lost pig, who apparently belongs to no one. Suppose so. If I find any more pigs in these woods, I'll kill them on the spot. And those who brought them here. Do you understand? Sure. Asshole. Remind your neighbors what happens when you break the Lord's laws. I knew the Lord's men patrolled these woods, but I've never seen one before. I didn't realize they were so strict. Suppose I should consider myself lucky. Anyway, time to get out of these woods and back to work at the rat house. Do I have to go straight to the rat house, or can I read the book that I got? Really want to read that book. Let's go read the book. Or try to. It's probably going to tell me that I can't. Oh, by the way, I know who took your key. God bless you. I think I know where the missing key went. Oh, you found it? Praise the Lord. Thank you. You do have it, don't you? Not quite, but I know who does. Who, Magdalene? Are you implying that someone stole the tabernacle key? Think the twins stole it, Father? They've been plotting something all day. Those fickle little rat bags. No matter how many times I warn of the suffering they could endure, if they do not cease this nonsense, they continue in their impious, impetuous ways. I swear the devil's in those children, naming them after pagan gods, and no wonder. I shall have another talk with their parents, I think. Your piety shines all the more brightly in your compassion to their iniquity. It's about time their actions caught up with them. I'm just vindictive. God bless you. I don't actually care about them. They were mean to me, so I'm mean back. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Right here. Can we read the book? Hey, she's here helping. Oh, it won't let me read. Magdalene, dear. Hello, Clara. Thank you again for helping me around the house. Can't tell you how much more time this gives me to work on the mural. Also, no trouble. You have your hands full as it is. I know Dad really enjoys the company while I'm working, too. Ah, yes, he sleeps most of the day, but he's been in good spirits whenever I drop in on him. You two keep a clean house, too, well aside from the workshop, but I can't blame you for that. I've left that for you to take care of. I don't want any damage to any of your supplies. Thank you, Clara, truly. You've been such a blessing to us both. Oh, you're such a dear, Magdalene. God bless you. Workshop? Yeah. Dad? Let's talk with Father. Magdalene. Hey, Dad, how are you feeling? Can I get you anything? No, I'm fine. You go on. Alright, I'll come back and check on you later. So it looks like we have to make a choice for the mural now. It looks like it was either read the book or go into the mines. But, like, come on. Reading the book, yeah, I probably would learn some cool stuff. But mines? I'm going to explore the mines. Alright, let's go to the rat house. Very nice looking building. Kind of thought I would have to like click on something in here and do something. What is my task now? Mine. Check out the maps. Oh, we still got to talk to the charcoal burner. Well, let's go do that then. Central town. So back into the woods we go. Probably be quicker to go by this way. Yeah. Let's talk to Smokey. Smokey's solid dude. He's never led us astray so far. Good day, Mr. Struckyard. Told you, Smokey, call me Magdalene. Old habits, I suppose. What brings you up to my corner of the woods? More gossip? Yes, actually, but first I wanted to ask you about the old salt mine. Only ancient gossip. I was wondering if you knew anything about the old pagan and Roman mines. The mines? Is this a new interest of yours, Magdalene? I don't see the townsfolk trek out there as much anymore. Last I saw, there were those two twins making trouble. They know a way in, but I'll be damned if I ever set foot close to that place. Why are you so interested over there? The mural in the rat house needs a section about the earliest days of Tassing. The mines are the oldest part of Tassing, and you keep a keen ear. I thought you might have heard something. I don't know about getting down into the mines, but I know a fair few stories about them and the other Roman ruins around here. The old stories my father used to tell me when he was the burner of Tassing. The one about Mars and Tassia, the nymph, was always my favorite, though I blame that on my youth. Tassia, like Tassing? Folk named the town after a pagan god, a Roman one at that. I don't mind telling you to tell, Magdalene, but I warn you, it's a bit baldy. Oh, count me curious. Well, it needs something about the Romans to paint on the mural. I don't need to hear those parts. Nope, count me curious. Ha! I won't be scandalizing you. Can't have your father hounding me for any coarseness. But I tell you the decent bits of what I can remember. Alright, what's the story? Well, legend says that Mars was hunting in the woods and spiked a fat boar for the taking. Or spied a fat boar. He just pulled back his spear when he heard a woman scream in terror. Of course, the creature ran off, and the god was angry at the loss of his quarry. So he trampled through the woods to see why a woman was in the forest and not in the local town. Why would a god be hunting in the Tassing forest? How should I know? Maybe he just wanted a brisk walk. Besides, why should anything the gods do make sense? These were the old days, when spirits and ghosts prowled. What do you mean prowled? You're just trying to scare me. Ghosts aren't real. Human spirits go to heaven or hell. They don't stay on earth. I need more facts, Smokies, not folks' tales. Every tale has a seed of truth in it, Magdalene. How else does it become a story? If you're looking for facts, go find that doctor or the inventor. I'm not a learned man, but I know some things. Stories are one of them. All right, keep going. So Mars found a nymph, Tassia, bathing in a spring with a fat, ugly satyr goading her from the shore. Satyr, that's the goat people? Like Puck? Enraged at seeing the trapped nymph, Mars transformed into a wolf and slew the satyr. And in return, well, Tassia bathed the god. They bathed? Ah, I get it. They bathed. I did warn you, Magdalene. When Mars left the pool, he dripped onto the ground, and it blossomed with flowers and crops. They say that's why this valley is so fertile. We've been growing crops here for generations. People would want a reason for that, even if it was the gods. That might be tricky to paint on the mural. I'm not sure the council would approve. Oh my. Did you make that up? How do I know that's a real legend? Crops. Whatever the reason, Tassing's been blessed with fertile ground for hundreds of years. So much of what the Romans left behind was destroyed over the years, but I like that we still have these tales. You can never really destroy stories as long as there are people around to tell them. Of course, the Romans left a hell of a lot behind too. The town is more Roman than Bavarian, really. Well, we are part of the Holy Roman Empire because of how long it was a Roman colony. That's ridiculous. We're Bavarian, not Roman. Oh, right. The town was named after Tassia, the nymph. That and how much of the town is built upon the Roman foundations. Tassing is actually much smaller now than it was in the Romans' day. At least that's what I make of it. The ruins go deep into the forest and all the way to the old mine. Half of Tassing is built on Roman stone. Take a walk around town and you'll start noticing things. We use their stone to build. The old temple by Satia's shrine has grown over, but the aqueduct runs for miles. Even the abbey used to be an old Roman fort. You can see some of the Roman paved stones under the road if you look hard. We may not be Roman, but this town is. Tassing has been building upon itself for hundreds of years. What a beautiful idea. Never realized how much we relied on the Romans for our infrastructure. Old stones aren't much of a legacy. It's all rubble now. I like the first one. It's the way of things. Most people don't notice the old stones. Too busy in town to notice what's right in front of their eyes. Well, thanks. I should get going. Just keep an eye for any wolves or satyrs you might see down there, eh? I'll let you know if I see any, thanks. You're still not going to spook me, Smokey. Haha, worth a try, though. Good luck, Magdalene. Be safe. Smoky, solid as ever. All right, now we should get back to the rat house, she says. Let's go paint some scandal. Some scandal. All right. What's the worst they're going to do? Kill me in the video game? I've played Dark Souls and Elden Ring. I know how to die in a video game. All right, North Town. Rat house. Okay, lectern time. Work on mural. Do we get to choose, or is it just based off of what she knows? Nope, we get to choose. Oats. Is it oats or ots? It looks like ots, but the umlaut throws me off. Hey, Mags, how's the mural coming along? Magdalene. Can't you let it go? Mags is so much easier. No, Otto Zimmerman. I can't. Ugh, don't call me. Fine. Anyway, Magdalene, how's the mural going? Doesn't look like much yet. Well, of course it doesn't look like anything now. No work of art appears significant at the start. You think Michelangelo was born a great sculptor? What would you know about it? Do you even know the difference between egg tempera and oil paint? What is egg tempera? Whoops, I'm sorry. My cell phone is on. Let me turn the volume down. Also, let me make sure that it isn't anything important. Sorry, that has to do with work. Okay. I don't know what egg tempera is. Neither do you, but the town has learned to accept it over the last 18 years. Spiky. Anyway, I only just finished priming the wall. Now I have to decide what to depict. It's hard to piece together the history of Tassing when it happened so long ago. Since the Abbey's library burned, I can only rely on stories from people around Tassing. Even what I could find out about the Romans and pagans was obscure. I have to go into the old salt mine to find anything. At least now I know what to paint for the first part of the mural. So, what is it? Oh, now we get to pick. I'll use the pottery and tools the farmers have found to show how we lived before the Romans. Smokey told me a story about god Mars as a wolf, the nymph Tassia, and how the spring was blessed. Il Peter remembered a legend about the chieftain Ratus, who healed a wolf that led him to our spring. I'll recreate an image I found in the mine. It showed how our ancestors made human sacrifices to appease Perchta and the spirits. Woof. So I feel like the safe answer is this one. Pottery and tools. Smokey told us a story from the Romans. Il Peter told us a story from the pagans. But we do know that human sacrifices were made here. We're doing the human sacrifices. Why not? What's the worst that'll happen? Human sacrifice? Do you think that's a bit much? I don't know how the rest of town will take it, especially Father Tomas. So what made you choose this story anyway? I don't think we should hide our pagan past. This is what our people did. I think the pottery I found is a better source than stories that have been passed down by mouth. I think it'll make the most beautiful artwork. I don't think we need to hide from our past. I guess that's true. Still, I think it will shock some people, especially Father Tomas. Thanks for explaining it. Of course, I want you all to understand why I'm making these choices. Well, now that I've figured out this portion of the mural out, I better start thinking about the next section. So she's going to think about it and then paint it all at once, right? And unveil the whole thing at once. Because if she just painted human sacrifices, they would pull her off the project immediately. I'll leave you to it, Magdalene. Good night, Oats. Or Odds. I'm going to say Odds. It just sounds better. Otto and Ots. All right. Now I've decided how to pick Tassing's earliest history. I should decide how to paint Kearsau history. Mother Illuminata's letter mentioned that a Matthew... Well, I don't even know how to say that. Falsigny Saul. Oh my god. This game is trying me. Used to be a brother in Kearsau. She said he knew a great deal about the Abbey's history. I should write to him and ask what he remembers. I want to have Esther's letter to answer too. I should write them both now before bed. Before I write, I should read that old book. Yes, read the book. Maybe I'll learn something pertinent for the murals. How do I read the book? How do I read it? I don't have an inventory. What is this? Okay. I don't know how to read the book. I guess if we sit down, maybe we'll read it. Where to begin? Right, the old book. It was the Baron's before Martin stole it. When the Romans, having conquered the town, built up the walls around it, they established many temples there. This is harder to read than I thought. This book isn't in great shape either, since it's been sitting in a farmer's house for so long. Let's see. Oh, here's a section about the various dedications erected in the town. That might be easier to read. Ergo simulacrum, and I'm not even going to try that. I raise a vision in a field so that Mars may behold our work. Diana, who is that? The virgin Roman goddess of the hunt and the wilderness. Diana is also associated with fertility, the moon, and the underworld. Set in a place with water oozing up from herself. Set in a place with water oozing up from herself. She the spring, then? The nymph from the spring? Let us pray so that he or she may defend the town. None of this really makes sense. Maybe someone with better Latin than me could help me read it. The book is so big, though. It would be a lot of work. I could ask Sister Gertrude or Baltus. I would go Baltus. Werner, too. He's much better at Latin than anyone else in town. Maybe even Father Tomas, even though Dad warned me not to bother him with secular books. Chances are slim they could help, but it might be worth asking about. She finished writing my letters first. Mother Illuminata told me that Matthew knew some of the Abbey's early history. He's the Archdeacon of Sion now. Should write to him before the snows come. I'll write to Esther, too. Most revered Matthew, that one, Archdeacon of Sion. Most revered Matthew, formerly of Kearsall Abbey. Yeah, that's the focus of the letter, right? My name is Magdalene Dorkieren. I am the daughter of Tassine's town printer, Klaus. My father and I created a mural for Tassine's Rathaus. We want to show the history of the town and the abbey. Mother Illuminata told me you might be the best person to ask about Kearsall's early history. Yes, let's drop her name. I understand you're a busy man, but we would be most appreciative if any information you could give us. If you know of any other places where we might learn about the Abbey's history, we would appreciate it. I know it may be small comfort, but there are many in Tassine who would regret what happened. Nope. Thank you for your help and consideration. Thank you for your help, Magdalene. Esther. Please forgive me for not writing sooner. Christ, I don't even know where to begin. So much has happened since I last wrote. Even as my last letter was en route to you, Dad was attacked in the workshop in the middle of the night. He survived, thank God, but his injuries are terrible. I worry about him. He's so dizzy and can't get out of bed. Some days his eyes become foggy and his memory fails him. Dr. Stoltz says he's not going to recover, that it's only a matter of time before he succumbs to the injury. I don't want to believe it, but it's hard to argue with Dad's condition. I have no idea who could have wanted to attack my father or why. I found a note by him, too. All it said was stop. It wasn't from the shop because the script was written in the most elaborate hand I've ever seen. No one in Tassine has such skill in script, as far as I know. Father Tomas. And anyway, I don't have the time to wonder about it. I've had my hands full running the workshop alone while tending to Dad. What's more, the town council intended to cancel the mural entirely. I had a hell of a time convincing them to let me paint it instead. They made a fuss about me being too young, not experienced enough, not strong enough to be on the scaffold. You know how it is. I suppose I shouldn't have expected any better of them. Working on the murals has been a welcome distraction from the naysayers and my chores, and worrying about my dad. Otts has been coming over under the pretense of helping me to prepare my paints too. It's sweet. I'm glad for the company. He makes the days easier. I wish he'd stop. He's not subtle, and his flirting is annoying. I like to have the whole mural finished by Christmas if I can. I just want to finish it in time for Dad to see it. It would mean so much to him. If Dr. Stoltz is right, I don't know how long I have. I hope you're faring better than we are here. All my love, Magda. Time marches on. Translation trouble. All right, that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my content, please consider a like, a comment, and or subscribe. Stay tuned for the next episode. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.